So let's join our hands together as our father, our brother, and our friend. He's the founder of Fabulous Data. Let's clap now.
Hallelujah. Okay. There's this particular song. I don't know if you know it, but if you know it, please help me and sing. Let it show I've met with you. 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 Let it show. Let it show I've met with you. Let it show I've met with you. Father, thank you for this awesome opportunity to share with your people at a very strategic time and season of our lives. Thank you for gathering us once again to learn and to hear your bidding. Lord, we're just vessels, and we'll make ourselves available for you to speak and communicate through us. And Lord, no matter how short the time is, let your name be glorified. In Jesus' name we have prayed. Amen. If you can increase this for me, that will be fine. So I appreciate our brother and the leader over Purpose Discovery Ministries, right? Please, can we just put our hands together for our brother and his team? Is that how you clap? Please, clap, clap, clap. Thank you for the privilege to be with us. Please, I'll need the mic because we're going to interact. We're going to talk. So I have a session, turning purpose into action. If your eyes are sharp like that of the eagle, you would see the screen from wherever you are. If you cannot see the screen, imagine it. So I'll need the mic because we're going to be talking. So we'll see how we can, progress from knowing why you exist.
Hi there. I have spent over 8 years trying to look at the word purpose, what it means, and how we can apply it in our everyday life. I'm looking forward to build a community of people who wants to discover their purpose as well as maximize it. If you are interested in growth, direction, clarity, as much as purpose, then this channel is for you. Subscribe and click the notification bell so that you'll be the first person to get a notification whenever we upload videos on our YouTube channel. Thank you.
To living it daily. Knowing why you exist, to living it daily. Jeremiah 1 verse 5. Jeremiah 1 verse 5. Before I formed you, I knew you. So before I formed you, I knew you. And before you were born, I had already ordained you. All right. So the essence and the reason for existence for Jeremiah was explicitly programmed. So Jeremiah was already programmed to function in a particular light before he was born. Now, if Jeremiah became, he was born, and then he said, I want to be a pastor, or I want to be a carpenter, will he be fulfilling his purpose, Or will he be doing what God said in a different way? Please get the mic. Was programmed to be what? A prophet unto the nations. Now Jeremiah comes up and says, I don't like the unction of a prophet. They're always to themselves. They're always to themselves. They don't relate. They don't interact with people. I want to be a pastor. At least I'll be collecting salary. You get. Now, will he still be doing purpose in a different way? Or will he be answering the call of God as he was programmed? Please, I need the mic. Someone answer. Jeremiah 1 verse 5. He was programmed to be what? A prophet unto the nations. So, a prophet and then to a particular set of persons. Now, Jeremiah came up and said, I want to be a pastor. And being a pastor is, to a great extent, is what? Fulfilling purpose. So, will Jeremiah be doing exactly what he was meant to do? Someone answer. Yes, please. A quick one.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay.
I want to say, like the first speaker had already spoke about, that you can actually be successful without being fulfilled. So that means that the prophet should have been successful, being a pastor, doing whatever they wanted to become. But then he will not be fulfilled. Yeah.
Excellent. Another idea? Another contribution? Remember, he's still doing the work of God. All right? He's not a secular man. He's still doing the work of God. But he's doing pastoral ministry. Now, will he be fulfilling purpose? Yes, another idea. Give to this, my brother. I like the shape of his scarf. Give it to him. Yes. In this context now.
I don't think he will be fulfilling purpose.
You don't think he's fulfilling purpose?
Yes.
But he's doing the work of God.
He's doing the work of God.
Okay.
But there are people that he was meant to reach out to.
Put that mic. Say it again.
There are people that he was meant to
There are persons he was meant to reach out to.
Yes, through his own prophetic calling.
Excellent. Can you increase his mic? I think I'm stressing. So, purpose without action is a wish. Action without purpose is activity. Purpose plus action creates impact. So, I said purpose without action is a wish. You have purpose, but you're not acting. It's a wish. You now act without purpose. You are doing an activity. Thank you. You now act without purpose. You are doing what? An activity. Now, your purpose precedes your existence. Your purpose precedes your existence. Now, when a manufacturer thinks of a problem he wants to solve with a product, the purpose of the product precedes the existence of the product. So, before the product comes into existence, the reason for that product has already been agreed upon. Now, the manufacturer now thinks of a plan to bring in this product into existence. To do what? To fulfill the purpose that had already I don't know if you are following me. So, I'm now grown and I'm looking for, how do I fulfill purpose? First thing, just like the first speaker said, you have to first discover. And how do you discover the purpose? You actually go to who manufactured you, because you are a product. So I discovered that, okay, I was meant to do this. And who is the right person to ask? The person who made me. The person who produced me. All right? And then I was sitting down and said, with these abilities, please, take note that when you came in as a product, everything you needed to fulfill purpose was already inside you. It will not be given to you. It has already been deposited. That's what you call potential. So daily, you now manifest this potential. So the future is not actually ahead. It's actually in you. So there's a popular saying that says, time changes things? Is it actually correct? Time reveals. Because time as an entity cannot change something. So it only reveals what is already evident in that thing. Now, what is one thing you believe you were created to do? What is one thing you believe, next, you were created to do? Before you take action, just be honest about your purpose. Ask yourself these 3 questions. Number 1, what excites you naturally? What excites you naturally? Because before you even act upon the purpose, you have to understand what you are made or how you are made. The shape, the shape of your head and your beauty and your personality are all pointers to your purpose. Are all pointers. Your natural abilities, what you can do with ease, they are all pointers to your purpose. So someone has the ability to write. Someone has exceptional ability to write. And then he's forcing himself to act drama. He's forcing himself to be in reality show. But he has exceptional ability to do what? To write. I had a friend while I was in school. This guy could write poems. In fact, if you are close to him and it's the day of your birthday, there's what he will write. You think this guy, as at then, AI was not even involved, so he did not even use AI. So you think he's using AI to write. This guy had, I came across his documentation of poems. And the way he was treating that document, I said, this is one ability I don't have. Because most times, if you're not clear about what you are meant to do, you will disregard that gift. You will neglect the gift. You sing now and someone says, your voice is very fine. Say, leave that thing. Leave it. You're mocking me. Leave it. Said, this your voice is very excellent. Say, no. Stop it. Stop it. Whereas that voice was a tool that God wanted to use to help somebody. Something happened one day. God. Something happened one day. There was a time I was led to write a particular book. I've written about 4 for now. I was led to write a particular book that was supposed to address a particular challenge. And that challenge was seasonal. That challenge was seasonal. So because of procrastination or because of fear of, will I be able to write? Will it come out well? And all of that. I delayed, and that season passed. And when I was ready to write, God said, don't write again. Don't write again. You know, I felt like I killed somebody. I felt like, I don't think that's happened to you before. I felt like I killed somebody. I was ready to write. I said, Father, I'm ready now. I'm ready. I want to write. He said, don't write it again. I felt bad. And then there's another one I wrote. He did not send me. I wrote that book. Spent hours reading, researching, and writing. And after I was done, he said, don't release it. Don't publish it. I said, why did you tell me before I started? Why did you have to wait until I finished writing? Then I said, don't release it. Because if you actually understand your purpose, it's not copy and paste. It's not to have the fame that, okay, I've written so book. That your book has to solve a problem. And you have to be sent to do it. So you don't join the League of Authors and say, okay, I've written and published so book. And someone reads your book and there's nothing there. So ask yourself, what excites you naturally? What do you gravitate toward without being pushed? Is a pointer. It's a pointer to what you are called to do. Jeremiah was called to nations. He was called to be a prophet to the nations. A prophet to the nations. Oh God. Number 2, what do people ask you to solve? So where do others consistently seek your help or insight? People normally come to you asking you specific questions. It's a pointer. It's a pointer. Number 3, what would you do without applause? You do it and people don't applaud you. And you are fine. And you are fine. If no one noticed, what would you still do it? So purpose often hides in the intersection of passion, talent, service, and impact. So what is purpose? One is the reason for which something exists or is created. It's not a feeling, it's a direction. The reason for which something exists. The reason. Purpose is the why. Why? The reason for that thing. So many of us might have known our purpose. The next slide, please. Many of us might have known our purpose, but maybe the next 2 slides will see why we have not been fulfilling our purpose. So look at that question. Why am I here? Why am I here? There was a time I felt a void. There was a time I felt a void in me. And I was asking, is there a particular thing I'm not doing? Is there a particular thing that I'm supposed to do I'm not doing? I felt a void. I can be in the midst of people and I'm not happy. Others can be excited, but I'm not happy. Particular void. And when I came to God and I asked him, what exactly is happening? And he pointed 1 or 2 things. And when I started doing those things, that void disappeared. Why am I here? Am I actually here just to fill up space? Or just so that... So you have to understand your unique reason for being. Number 2 is, what value am I meant to create? The contribution only you can make. The contribution only you. Because your purpose is unique to you. Unique to you. All right? Your purpose is unique to you. And like I've said, your purpose or your reason for existence is actually to solve a particular problem. So there was a problem in this existence, this sphere called the earth. And then God said, how do I solve this problem? And he now looked, before you came into being, he now looked, okay, this particular person, I've invested this ability, I've invested this beauty, I've invested this potential in this person. And now pick the person, place in a geographical location where the person can exhibit what has been stored in him. And before I continue, your purpose is geographical. The fulfillment of your purpose is what? It's geographical. I pray I don't go ahead of myself. So what problem am I called to solve? So the gap your life is meant to fill. So those are pointers to what can be your purpose. Why am I here? What value am I meant to create? What problem am I called to solve? Next one. Now we come to this purpose trap. So you know your purpose is only the beginning. Not because you lack clarity, but because there are some barriers. Before we continue this, please pass the mic again. I want someone, 1 or 2 persons, tell me over time, what has been unique to you? What has been something like a challenge, something like a barrier to you fulfilling what you know you actually called to do? Please pass the mic around. Let's interact. I think I'm seeing the hand. Yeah? What do you... Bring the mic here. Bring it here. After that, you give to that auntie. Yes. So what do you think unique to you? Not a general knowledge. Yeah. Unique to you.
Unique to me.
Yes.
I think one major challenge is you have this network of persons sometimes over time but keeping them. That's a major challenge.
Keeping them. Okay. All right. Yes. Give the auntie is still processing. Yeah.
Praise God.
Hallelujah.
And what seriously this question, then you're in format like the thing was in my heart.
Okay.
So thank you for asking. Then one major challenge is the body. When I really think about it and it comes to me and it somehow sometimes it weighs me down that will I ever to say that
Okay.
somehow, I will not call it fear, but I will call it a burden. Seeing it comes strong, and finding that the resources and the way things are now, it's not looking like it becomes a burden to me.
Excellent. Um, while she's processing to talk, because she wants to talk, but she's processing. Now something happened. I published my first book in 2017, my service year. So I want to say something based on what he said. The first book actually is called Catch That Fox. So the idea came, and I wrote the book, Catch That Fox. Remember the place in the Bible that Samson caught the foxes and all of that? Yeah. So Catch That Fox. So I wrote the book and I did not finish. I went for service. And then I was interacting with some persons, and then I saw a young person, and that guy has published. I said, how do you money as a then 300 and something thousand, 400 and something thousand? I said, how do I start? And then NYC we were collecting 19,800. It's now I'm even remembering that a whole 1 month, 19,000. It's not even up to 20,000. 19,800. Other side. So I had the burden was there because I knew this book will solve problems. But how do I put it into work? How do I get it out to the people who are meant to read the book? The barrier came. I said, God, oh God, how do I do this? How do I do this? How do I do this? I'm already going ahead of myself, but just follow me. Then I now started planning, okay, how much will it take to publish this book? I started making inquiry. One said 300,000, 400,000. I said, fine. And I started making calls. Now, one thing happened. There was a training that was held in the family house. I was there. And then the man that delivered the training, after he was done, God just said, go and meet this man. He came from Lagos. Go and meet this man. I went to the man. I said, sir, I want to share something with you. I want to publish a book, but I've called publishers, and the amount they are telling me is very big. I don't have the money. The man asked me, how much do you have? If I knew, I would have mentioned something way lower. But I said, I have 150,000. One naira, no get. I said, I have 150,000. He said, 150,000. Based on the quality I want to give you. No, 150,000 will not go. I said, sir, that's all I have. He said, oh, okay, I'll speak to my publisher and let's see what we can do. He called his publisher there and told the person to collect 150. This person did the work of over 300,000. So the person collected 150K. Number one thing has been solved. Now bring the 150. Because he now said he will not collect in bits since I'm paying way lesser than the original amount. So I have to pay everything complete. She said, oh, yeah, bring the money. And I had to go back to the person that sent me. I said, even this 150, I don't have. Oh God. You see that place in the Bible says, faith without work is dead. You have faith, but you stay in one place. It cannot happen. You have to move. I now brought out my phone. I started typing text. I wanted to send to 3 pastors I knew. I said, borrow me 50,000. That's 150. After I sell the book, I give you your money. And then I called my mom. I said, I need money for this. She now started yabbing me. This money is for your brother's school fees. There's no money. She ended the call. As I was about typing the text to send to those pastors, she now called back. You return this money. I said, Mommy, send it first. Send the money first. To return, we'll know how to do it, but send the money first. So she sent 100,000. I now borrowed 50K from the fellowship. I told the treasurer, after that launching day, stand at the door. Collect your money back. That's how I sent the 150 to the man. It did not end there. I posted the date of the book launch. The publisher has not finished publishing the book. Oh God. I posted the date of that book launch. He has not finished publishing the book. And where people were commenting, we're excited. I'm waiting, anticipating. And I told God, I've implicated you. This book must come out. The rest is story. So, why it's coming heavy is because it's not really about you. You're only a vessel that will have to pass that thing out to the people who really need that. That's why it's coming strong. And the longer you delay, it's not about you again. It's about the people who are supposed to be beneficial, who are supposed to benefit from that gift. So until all my story, I was waiting for you to talk. Give her the mic. And then I'll run. So the purpose trap. You know your purpose, but it's just the beginning. Yes. So, quick one. Go ahead.
Thank you for the question, sir.
Okay.
Okay. The barrier there are lots, but I'll just say some. Okay.
There are a lot. That means your destiny is great. Go ahead.
One is resources.
Okay.
The ability to communicate it, like to tell someone that CEOs, I don't have this. And also, number 3 is concentrate and learn to write. You have to learn how to write. You don't know that natural skills and how to. So actually stay because of there is no resources, and if you are to concentrate and learn this, you need resources, and because of that I will just leave it and then go find money.
Okay. This particular story, is there any other person that is
with what you said? Okay, I'm seeing your hand. Thank you. All right, so look at the purpose trap. So you have fear of failure. Some persons are not afraid they will fail, but they are afraid they will fail publicly. Yeah. So they are not afraid they will fail, but people will know that I failed. People will know that I failed. So it's paralysis disguised as preparation. That's failure. It's paralysis disguised as preparation. Failure is not the opposite of success. Failure is part of success. It's an integral ingredient to make you succeed. If you don't fail at a thing, it means you did not try at that thing. It means you've not tried enough. The more you fail is proof that you've tried attempting to succeed in that thing. The more you fail. So what you should do is fail early. Yes. Fail fast. Don't delay in failing. Fail fast. When I started Fabulous Data School, the data school, I had my students were way 2 or 3 are gathered. I will tell the story later. Next one is waiting for perfect conditions. The right moment never arrives on its own. You want to wait until everything clicks before you move. You would wait for a very long time. A very long time. A very long time. Next one is lack of direction. That your vision is vague. It's vague. It's too big that you cannot even achieve it. It's vague. I want to be the president of United States. It's vague. You've not even won in your local government. You want to be the president of the country. Procrastination. This one is delay, dressed up as timing. I will do it later. Yeah. Let me just finish this one. I'll do it later. I'll do it before the week runs out. You procrastinate. Fear of criticism. Yes. Lack of consistency. So that's the purpose trap. A lot of people know their purpose, but they are in this trap. Let's run. So purpose is a verb. It's not a dream board. You can use a dream board to know it, to have a glimpse of it. But it's not a dream board. It's not a motivational quote. It's not a prayer point alone. So purpose does not live on a vision board. It becomes real through movement. So purpose becomes real when you learn, practice, build, serve, persist. So what action have you delayed? Even though you know you should start. Think of it. What action have you delayed? Even you know it that you should have started it. So I want to teach us this path framework. How do we turn our purpose into actions? Please write this down. This path framework, PATH. The first one there is purpose. First, you have to identify purpose. So clarify your why and your desired outcome. So clarify your why. Why am I like this? Why do I talk like this? Why do I behave like this? So you notice that your behavioral tendencies are also pointers to who you are called to become. If you notice that you are empathetic, you are sympathetic, you are hospitable, you naturally like attending to people's complaints, you have a thing for people who are suffering, they are pointers to who you are meant to be. I noticed growing up that I like giving out things. I like reaching out. That's why most times, I don't know, before now, I was not really good with business, because I might say, okay, I want to sell, let's say, I want to sell goats, assuming animals. I might end up giving out all the goats. You get it? Because I noticed that I could feel the pain of others. I could be empathetic. Right? So someone is naturally suffering, or someone is naturally devoid of a thing, and I would feel that pain. I would literally want to give out everything. So clarify your why. Ask yourself questions, and also answer the question. Clarify your why. Next one is action plan. Break this your vision into clear tasks. I want to be this. Break it down into clear tasks. I want to be this. Break it down into what? Clear tasks. That's the action plan. First is know your why. Right? Know your why. Next one is, remember Habakkuk chapter 2. Can we quickly rush there? Habakkuk chapter 2. Verse 1. So Habakkuk said, I will on my watch, set me upon the tower. I will see what he will say unto me. Now watch this. He said, I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower, and will watch to see what he will say. How do you watch to see? Words. You only watch to see actions. But I will watch to see what he will say. That's not where I'm going. And what I shall answer when I'm approved, when I'm reproved. Now verse 2. God did not actually tell him, watch. He said, write it down. The Lord answered me and said, write the vision. Make it plain. Write it. You have an idea. You are moving. That's why a man of purpose has to be very alert at every time. Right? You are moving. You can be conversing with someone and an idea will drop. Don't say, I'll do it later. I'll write it down later. Write it there. Write it there. Find a pen, find a book, find your phone. Jot down that particular idea. Because there can be glimpses of what you have been praying for. There can be answers prayers to what you have been praying for. There can be the next step to you getting what you have been praying for. Write it down. There's something it does to your brain when you write something down. There's a particular quote that says, the shortest pencil is greater than the what? And the mightiest sword. The shortest pen is greater than the mightiest sword. Write that thing down. There's something it does to your brain. It commits you to what you have written down. It commits you to what you have written down. And you become one with what you are writing. All right, so break down your idea or your vision into clear tasks. The next one is time commitment. Schedule specific times to work. Don't say, I will do this thing before the end of the year. It's not specific. You will not do it. You will not do it. Why are we regulars in doing New Year resolutions? Because most times we do it out of emotions. this year, I want to be serious with my life. I want to be very serious with my life this year. I will not talk to this set of persons again. I will not be here again. Their wishes, excellent, they are good. But you've not specifically committed yourself. How do you want to do it? You have a wish, you have an idea, you have a resolution. How do you want to do it? Is the next thing. So I want to be more productive this year. It's vague. It's not specific. I want to get richer. It's vague. It's not specific. I want to make more money this year. You will not make that money because it's vague. You have to be specific. I want to make ₦1 million before the end of June or before the end of December. So your brain tells you you have to make what? ₦1 million. And then if you meet that target, you now set a new target. Time commitment, specific times to work. Next one is habit formation. Repeat actions until they are automatic. Repeat actions until they are automatic. Now, research has shown that before a person becomes a thing, or before that thing sticks, you have to have done it repeatedly for how many days? How many days? Who knows? How many days? How many days? 21 days. 21 days. Okay? So repeat actions until they are what? Automatic. So, like I've always been saying, clarify your why. That's the purpose. What problem am I solving? Who benefits from my life? You are checking your purpose. Who benefits from my life? What impact do I want to make? So before you act, you need clarity. Very, very important. Spend a lot of time getting clarity before you move out. Spend a lot of time getting clarity about your life before you move out. Clarity removes the paralysis of not knowing where to start. Clarity. Clarity. If you notice you are very busy, you notice you are too busy, activities are choking your life, and you don't actually know where you are going to, shut down. All right? Shut down. Take a day. Take a 2 days. Shut down. Go off social media. Because if that thing is strong enough to attract your attention, it's potent enough to distract you. If that activity or that thing is strong enough to attract your attention, it can distract you. Can distract you. So shut down and then reminisce on yourself. Because when you are moving and you are applying speed, and you are applying, when you are moving along life's journey, speed is not necessarily a factor. Direction is. You can be very fast in a wrong direction. Very, very fast. And someone is slowly moving in his right direction. So when you are journeying through life, speed is not necessarily a factor. Direction is. So let me spend my time knowing the right direction to follow. Then I can now apply speed. Not applying speed in the wrong direction. Then look at your action plan. Like I said, let's say you want to learn tech this year. Let's say that's your dream, that's your goal, that's your ambition. You want to learn tech. Now, I want to learn tech. It's still vague. You have to drill it down to the kind of tech you want to learn. I want to do business. What kind of business? I want to do fashion business. Do you have ability for fashion business? All right? Do you have the necessary? I've checked myself. Oh, I don't know how to do business. That is buying and selling. Buying and selling. I can buy goods and I'll end up giving out all the goods. So what I've done is I can put someone in charge. The person manages business because I know my ability. I had a friend that this guy can convince you to give him your school fees. He had the convincing power. While we were in school, you can remember that time of MMM, all those Ponzi scheme. You know this thing is Ponzi scheme, but this guy can talk you into doing that Ponzi scheme. And he will not put his money. He will not put his money. So he had that marketing ability. All right? So you have a dream, you have an action, break it down into steps. Achievable steps. So you can apply the smart, the smart way of doing your dream. S is for what? S is, it has to be specific. M is what? Measurable. A is what? When I don't know. A is what? Achievable. R is what? It has to be realistic. So don't say I want to do something that is not realistic. Then the T is what? It has to be time bound. You have to put timing to this. You have to put what? Timing to this. So the next, that is a time commitment. So what I want to say here is when you schedule it, you signal to yourself that it matters. Once it is scheduled, it matters. How much time do I have left? Thank you. All right, beautiful. So once you schedule it, you signal to yourself and others that it matters. You know why people can occasionally and regularly take you off your goals? Because even you have not decided that so time is for this particular activity. So someone can just call you, Alpha, let's sit out. They say, I did not have anything planned today. Oh, okay. What of tomorrow? Even tomorrow. What of this weekend? Guy, it's as if you know my calendar. I don't have anything planned. That's how you live your life, and you check back. This is the 6th month in this year. What have I achieved? Virtually nothing. This is the 6th month. And next week, we're entering July. Because you have not scheduled timing for your growth. You have not scheduled timing to invest in yourself first. Now, over time, I've noticed my life that I give out, right? Like I give out knowledge, I give out, and all of that. So if I don't have time to refill, the same people I'm giving out this thing to, at some point, they will come to you and they will see that you are more like a scarf. Nothing. And people are very parasitic, in quote. Human beings are naturally parasitic. If they don't benefit first for themselves, they don't come. You came for this meeting not because you want to please the organizers. I hope you know. It was first to what? To benefit you. So if people keep coming to you, and over time, you have not been refilling, they will stop coming. Why? There's nothing to offer. There's no value. So you can spend your life giving out to people, and you end up being useless because you have not created time to refill. So the habit formation. Now let me rush because I want to end in the next 5-10 minutes. So what does the lion teach us? I love animals, and God has given me one ability to sieve out wisdom from animals. So if it was not given to you, you will see an animal pass, and you just appreciate the animal. But I look at an animal and I know the wisdom that animal is teaching. All right, the wisdom that animal is teaching. So look at the lion. A lion knows what it wants, focuses on one target. If you've watched this Nat Geo Wild, some of us, I don't know the kind of things you watch. I don't know whether it's Z-World or Telemundo. I don't know. But please watch things that will help you, all right? Not just for the fun of watching it, but watch things that will help you. Okay? So if you watch this Nat Geo Wild and you watch the animal, you watch the lion can be watching and be looking at other animals that are prey. He is a predator. And he's not going for all of them. So let's say he's going after gazelles. Because that animal, I don't know if God was just building the animal to be a prey. All animals, they will just want to eat it. And the animal, have you seen a gazelle before? Very fine. Very fine. So the lion is looking at that gazelle. They can be 20, 30, 50. He's not concerned about all of them. He's looking for just one. And the one that cannot run fast. So he moves with confidence that he can beat this animal. And his eyes are on that particular gazelle. So there can be 20, 30, 40. His eyes is only one on one. And he moves. So he has a purpose. And he doesn't just pray. I say, Lord, deliver this gazelle to me. Let me be sleeping and then let this gazelle come to me and I'll feed easily. That is the kind of prayer some of us are praying. Lord, I want to be rich this year, but I don't want to work. I want to be boss lady. I want to be rich man's Rich man's wife. So the lion moves with this confidence and has one target. What are we learning? Focus on one thing. You see this year, the remaining part of this year, you have many dreams. Focus on one. Just one. That particular action, that particular purpose you want to fulfill, focus on one target. So the lion moves, knows the target, focuses fully on that target, and then moves with confidence, and then hits on that particular target. And once he hits on that particular target, every other gazelles will run. It's fulfilled. I've got what I wanted. I've got what I wanted. I've got what I wanted. So act decisively. Stop chasing every opportunity. Focus on the assignment connected to your purpose. Focus on the assignment what? Connected to your purpose. Don't, oh God. Focus on the assignment connected to your purpose. When you leave this earth, people will not remember you for doing many things. But they remember you for doing one thing consistently well. Just one. Just one. So the question I'm asking us, what distractions are pulling you away from your purpose? What distractions? Now, let's look at what the eagle teaches us. The eagle. I'm rounding up. Let's look at what the eagle teaches us. The eagle sees farther. Research has shown that an eagle has eyesight over 8 to 10 times of our eyesight. So they can see miles ahead. Right? They can see a prey, and the prey doesn't know that it's being seen. The prey doesn't know that it's being seen. And then when they move, their eye is locked on. Now, you've seen a missile that has been sent to a particular location. See that missile is locked. So no matter what happens, the missile will navigate everything, every obstacle to where that particular location it has been locked. So the eagle sees farther, flies above storms, and never loses sight of its destination. Purposeful leaders do the same. So see far, you have unnecessary drama, stay above the chaos. Vision is maintained despite every challenge. If you don't have a challenge in your vision, check the authenticity of that vision. It's not God that gave you. It's just a simple truth. So as a student, how do I turn purpose into action? Is anyone here who is actively a student? Actively. Okay. So you can see there, have a goal. If you reach final year and then you realize, I want to graduate with first class. Guys, you just arrive final year and you say, oh God, my family has always been praying that I finish with the first class. And God, this thing has to happen. Is that one achievable? You can't. You cannot. So look at all of that. You are a professional, and how do you turn your purpose into action? Obtain certifications. Some persons might not do secular job. All right, some of you here might not do secular job. You might have brands of yourself. You might have businesses, organizations of yourself. Obtain certifications. Go for higher knowledge. Don't just brag. I have first school living certificate. I have first how do they call that? I have WAEC. In this modern world, someone is happy that he has first school living certificate. And to even worsen the matter, he's amongst people who don't have faithful living certificate. So amongst them, he's the chief. Amongst them, he's the chief. Stay around people who have gathered experiences more than you, who have achieved greater things more than you. Not to intimidate you, but to challenge you. If you find an eagle on the ground, if you find an eagle on the ground, it means either that eagle has stopped knowing who he is. Because eagles don't walk on the ground. They don't walk on the ground. A man of God said something. He said, if you catch an eagle in the mouth of a lion, don't blame the lion. Ask the eagle, what were you doing on the ground? What were you doing on the ground? All right. So, So lastly, purpose must create value. Purpose must create value. I have this purpose. I have what I want to do. I have discovered why I am living. Several years ago, I stopped celebrating birthdays because it was regular. Because it was an annual event. No. I started seeing my birthday as how far have I gone in fulfilling why I was born? How far? How far? So I've lived this number of years. I've lived this number of years. How far have I gone in fulfilling why I was born? I take one or two questions and I'm done. Yes, any question? So the first thing you're going to do today is write your personal path plan. I've taught us the path framework. The P there is what? Everybody? The P there is what? It's purpose. The A there is what? Action plan. The T there is what? Time commitment. The H is what? Habit formation. So, any question? Yes. Please, a mic here and then we wrap it up.
Okay, sincerely, I want to appreciate this segment. It's
Thank you.
really impactful. So my question is this. Now, we treated the purpose trap where we highlighted fear of failure, lack of direction, and all of that. Now, this is my question. Somebody, for instance, has found purpose, right? And you highlighted something that says, afraid of failing in public. But this person is not. So if, for instance, he has a vision to achieve and possibly while working towards this thing, from his own end, I think he has beat all this purpose trap, for instance. But at the end of the day, he's not able to achieve that thing. We say that, okay, to a very large extent, purpose was not achieved. I don't know how to highlight my question now. Or do we say that the whole effort, everything is just a waste?
Okay, thank you. Another thing even as you want to ask a question, another thing is there are some visions that are for a particular time. There are some visions, even scripture says that for an appointed time. And before you achieve that particular vision, you must have gone through a process. Are you getting? Gold in its raw form is not appreciated. Gold in its raw form cannot even be priced. People will not want to pay for the true value of gold in its raw form because it has not gone through a process. Now, gold has a vision, has a future to accomplish, but that gold will have to go through a very painful process. A very painful process. If you see the processing of gold, it's very painful. It has to go through heat, intense amount of heat. Now, if gold at that point now realizes, this thing is too much. I've done almost everything I need to do, and I've not still reached my goal, and I'm suffering. Let me stay back. It has aborted the process. And people will not value it. Eggs that have not endured the incubation period will not be valuable for meat and will not hatch. Useless. So they are supposed to spend 21 days enduring the heat from the mother. And let's say at 19th day, say, no, this is too much. God, which kind of purpose? Which kind of vision? It's too much. I have tried. At least I've tried 19 days. It's remaining 2 days. Let me give up. 2 things. That egg will not hatch. That egg will not be used as food. So its original intent is aborted. So first thing is to understand how long am I to endure this process. If I know the process I'm going to go through to achieving this goal, it's better to stay on it. It's better to stay on it until that particular vision is achieved. And it's until you achieve it that you have achieved it. Nearly does not kill a bird. It's until you have achieved it, no matter how long it will take, it has to be achieved. And the question you ask God is, in achieving this, what should I know? Or what are the things that will help me achieve this particular vision? Are you following? All right. Thank you. Quick one. Okay, now you. Please go ahead.
Yes, sir. I want to ask.
Someone that I found that knows his purpose, but the things that are coming around him are, let me say, as we Christians, sometimes we are locked up in the church, like somehow our mindset and everything. If someone now is surrounded by, let me say, different other things, this I will call them distractions. Do you advise someone to use the other way to get the resources of what? Because sometimes purpose needs resources that there are some people that does it their own way. Do you advise that we go that way because there are a lot of opportunities on the other way to get the resources, that kind of a thing?
Alright. So if I got your question,
You are meant a particular thing, but if you follow the approved process, you might not do it. Is that what you say? Okay, the result is not forthcoming. So do we use alternative reasons? Alternative path. I wouldn't advise. Just like I said, there are some visions that for them to be accomplished, 1 or 2 things has to be put in place. Just like
that example I gave about publishing my book, I had to leverage the relationship I had with people to accomplish that purpose. I did not have the money, but I had people who had the money. You get? So you can have a vision that we require money. So if you don't have the material sources as at when you are supposed to accomplish it, leverage on relationships. Yeah.
Relationship or ask questions. In asking questions, someone who knows someone that can answer.
Or ask questions. Alright, so last question. Oh, sorry, okay.
Yes, go ahead. Around the question.
Alright, thank you, sir.
Alright.
I want to ask.
Yes, ask.
We have those different purposes. Okay. And we also have our own personal dreams aside from God's dreams.
Yes.
Now, someone that is working or that is living his or her life according to his own dreams,
yeah,
and we are yet to discover that God's giving purpose. How do we get ourselves into that reality?
Okay,
that's the first question.
Okay.
Then the second one, you said something, and the thing you said got to me. And as someone who is always empathetic, when people tells you their story, when you see people that are suffering, you feel bad, and you can go beyond your limits to see that you save someone else. Okay. How do we relate such to purpose?
All right. So a quick one.
That first one, you have been pursuing your dreams, ambition. It's not actually God's purpose. You get it? I've entered an office before. I entered a shop before, and I did not know the person.
Someone was already pricing was already pricing, like, I wanted to buy a product from the owner. As I entered the shop, he stopped, looked at me, said some things, which I might not share here. He said something, he said, you will not succeed. Hi, Jesus. He said, you will not succeed if you neglect so. And what he said was exactly true. It's something I was running from, something I was neglecting, something I not to do. But I knew that was God's purpose for me. He said, you will never succeed. I think that word. He said, do I know you? I said, I don't know you. You get.
So, first thing, like I said, is to go back to the manufacturer. You get. Take out time, retreat, ask him questions. He's actually the one. You are the product. Ask him questions. What exactly is my life for? I've been pursuing my dreams, my personal ambition. And to a great extent, you see that you are not fulfilled pursuing that your dream alone. You will not fulfill. You are not fulfilled until you actually do what God actually called you to do. You will not be fulfilled. You will not be rigmaroling and you're actually wasting time. Are you getting it? So run to God, ask him questions. Then the second one is you have natural abilities. So how do you, I said they are pointers. Yes. So even in your time of retreat, you can get answers, you get direction. You get, they are pointers to what you're actually meant to do. Because those abilities will actually help you fulfill that purpose. You get it? All right. Last question, and then I run.
Okay, thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, sir.
You've said a couple of things, and I've been trying to put my brain together to actually ask this question.
Okay. One of the questions I want to ask is, I'm working with people. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do.
Yes.
And then the challenge is that there are a lot of things that are still coming in, and it's expected that I should keep doing what I'm doing.
Okay.
But then it appears as though I'm tired.
Okay.
So how do I know when to leave a particular environment in the course of fulfilling purpose? You know, because when we started talking, you mentioned that purpose is right. So how do I know when I'm supposed to leave that environment, even when people are demanding for that? Even when people are demanding that I should stop doing continue what I'm supposed to do.
Beautiful.
If you are drinking from a river, and then you have been satisfied before, and then you keep drinking, and then you're not satisfied from that same river, it's time to change the location. What do I mean? I've been drinking from this particular can. I've been